as requested by you guys on TikTok, we are building another division ultimate team. Today is the NFC North edition. But before this video starts, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps us out. So let's build this team, fellas. Let's get going. At quarterback, we got JJ McCarthy.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I'm
here for it. Let's do it.
I hate you.
We're both going to say the same thing, I think. We're going to
start going down positions and whichever.
And we're only taking 7 players from each team. Remember, guys, we are only taking 7 players from each team. So when you are
some people in our comments forgot that it was 7. I don't know if this is backwards. 7 only.
So when you guys think somebody got snubbed, just remember, this is a strategic video where you have to think about the gap in each position and how big is it from this guy to this guy. Because if it's a close gap, you're splitting hairs. If it's a far gap, you got to take the better guy. 7 players.
Now,
7.
I think the gap between Jordan Love and Jared Goff is like my gap between my teeth, not as big of a gap between Dante's. But I think the QB's up for debate with Love and Goff, to be honest.
I put Love in there. Oh, go ahead.
Better, but depending on like we did with the AFC North, if we need, the Lions, we're going to have a lot of players from there immediately. So Jordan Love might end up having to be our quarterback.
I think Jordan Love is our quarterback because I think the gap is going to be much bigger with some Lions players than this year.
The next position is another position that I think is not a huge, there's a big gap, but it's not a crazy gap between we'll just go with starting running backs. I know David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs split carries, but between Josh Jacobs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones, I don't think the fall off from any of those is crazy. When you fall off to DeAndre Swift, towards the end of the season last year, he looked good, but I think there is a more significant gap towards just with him and the other 3. So we could go with any of the 3 depending on where we need players from as well.
I'll see what you guys think. I felt pretty safe going Gibbs here to use up one of our Lions players. I do agree with you, Jordan. I don't think the gap is massive between the 3 players from 1 to 1 to 1. But I do think we can make room and have Gibbs on this team. But if you guys want to just take like Jacobs right now and leave the RB2 spot open and maybe come back to Gibbs or go Jones if we need it, I'm okay with that as well. Because I have Jacobs too.
Here's the thing. If we use up a lot of Lions, say on O-line and defense, I'm fine with, if we have to do it, going Jacobs and Jones at running back. I would be cool.
We may have to.
Obviously, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are probably 2 of the best running backs in that division, obviously. But that division has really good running backs kind of all the way around. Even DeAndre Swift, like I said, there's a little bit more of a gap between him and the other ones. But he's not a slouch either. Like, he's solid.
I think we should skip running back and get the first best wide receiver, and you can say the second wide receiver might be for sure as well. I think Jefferson,
St. Brown 1, and then Justin Jefferson 2.
Well, do you feel safe at least putting Jacobs at running back or no?
Not right now at the moment.
No, because if you think about Packers players, bro, you're really just looking at defense.
Yeah, that's true. Defense, maybe you throw in Love. You're not taking any of their receivers. You probably ain't taking any of their tight ends unless like you just use up all the Lions, but there's not going to be a lot of Bears either. So we'll see.
So let's go with Love at quarterback. We're going to skip running back as a whole. Deal?
We're going Love right now?
I think we should go Love. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Temporarily, I think Love and Goff are so close that I just feel comfortable putting a Packers player in there now and not even thinking about a Lions player.
Not saying that Love is better than Jared Goff right now, but
no, I think Jared Goff is better.
But the gap between the 2 isn't big, and we're going to use more Lions than Packers players.
If you guys know me, Dante speaking here, and you've watched our videos, you know my love for Jared Goff. He will be mentioned anytime we talk about quarterbacks. That's my guy.
So we're going to go Jefferson and Amon-Ra at the 2 wide receivers?
Without a doubt.
And the third should be up for debate depending on where we need him, but that could be the Bears DJ Moore. I don't know where else we're going to use a lot of Bears.
I was going to say go Bears DJ Moore just because Bears is going to take up our defense, if you ask me. I think the Bears will kind of dominate defense.
It could be Jordan Addison too there too.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we're gonna wait, and we can come back and change.
We can come back to that.
Now, this is a position where, again, Cole Kmet's good.
Yes.
I'm not a Cole Kmet hater, but the two best tight ends in the NFL are Sam Laporta, or in the, not the NFL, in the NFC North are Sam Laporta and TJ Hawkinson. Are we cool with just immediately putting both of those tight end 1, tight end 2? Or do we think there's going to be more Lions?
We're going 2 tight ends, huh?
The reasoning of building a team, I think tight end 1 is way more important than a tight end 2. So I'm cool with taking the best available tight end. I think.
Well, right now, I think that Laporta and Hawkinson are close for 1. I mean, it's a coin flip for who's better.
Yes, I agree.
I think that's 1 and 2, no matter how we look at it. But if we need to not take a Lions player, I wouldn't be mad at Hawkinson 1, Kmet 2.
I think it's close
based on what we need towards when we're getting towards the end, when we're getting to the nitty gritty of 7 and 7s.
So I only put 1 tight end on mine when I was doing this for some reason. I went with Hawkinson though because, like I said, I tried to do mine earlier, and there's just a lot of really good Lions. Like imagine not having Anzalone on the team.
Jack Campbell's better than him.
I'm taking Jack over him. I would say both of them are like the 1 and 2 middle linebackers for them, but I would take Jack, I think. I'm cool with, I would say wait for tight end, because depending on, like we said, if we need a Lions defensive player more or Vikings defensive player more, I think that kind of weigh in towards the end.
We're in 6 positions damn near. We've waited on every single pick.
Almost. I mean, but that's the thing. But what we're doing, we're going down the list and we're getting the no doubt about it. That is the guy that has to be there.
I don't know if there's too many no doubt about it. I think there's only about 3 that are no doubt about it.
Well, let's be honest. Out of the next 5 positions, 3 of them will probably be Lions, right?
Exactly.
The next 5. Left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. 3 of those 5 will be Lions.
All right, let's get into it. Let's go start off left tackle.
I'm cool with throwing the Vikings guy there. He's nice. He got hurt last year. I don't know if we're going to do the JOK thing because he got hurt. But he's gonna come back. He's gonna be back.
Thing is because we don't know if JOK is ever gonna play football again.
Yeah.
Oh, and he just showed up at the facility the day
as soon as we said it. As soon as we said it.
I know. Doesn't mean he's playing.
When I seen that, I was like, "You motherfucker."
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's playing. It was just he was there to hang out. You know.
He was there to hang out.
I think it's between Lions and Vikings right there. Christian Darrisaw or Taylor Decker.
Let's go with Darrisaw there.
Just to have more lines.
I agree that it's between the 2.
All right, we'll go Darrisaw there. Left guard, are we gonna take Dante's guy?
Joe Thuney.
I'll put Joe Thuney there. I did.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Put him there. He was a Pro Bowler. What, last year or was it 2 years ago?
Last year.
One of the 2.
I think he was an All-Pro last year.
Too. He was playing a bunch of different positions last year too.
I think Jordan's right with a Lions player here.
Absolutely.
I think this is one of
is the best center. He's the best center in the
Frank
NFL.
Ragnow. Yes. Frank Ragnow is the center. It's not even close.
And then we could skip right guard and say Penei Sewell's the best right tackle in the NFL too. So just put him in there too.
Penei Sewell. Yes, absolutely. What's our total on Lions right now?
So we just put 2 more in.
3.
Yeah.
We only have 3?
Now right guard, I'm fine with waiting.
Yeah, I'm fine with waiting there.
I will say shout out if you're just taking best overall offensive lineman, Zach Tom on the Packers was an all-pro candidate as well, but he plays a tackle spot to where there's a lot of good tackles in this division. Mm-hmm. So it's like, do you want to move him somewhere? I don't know. I mean, you can get weird if you want to do that, but I'm cool skipping it for now.
Let's skip it for now. Where do you want to go next?
I'm pretty sure that I don't think any of us are going to disagree here. The end one in the NFC North is Aiden Hutchinson.
Without a doubt.
Is he ever going to play football again?
He broke his leg, not his neck.
I don't know. Chris Godwin broke his ankle. He might not be the same ever again, dude.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson's 22 years old. So Chris Godwin's 90.
Okay. We're up to 4 Detroit Lions now.
Yeah.
And DJ Reader's going next. So there's 5.
You're no doubt about it. D tackle? Because I think there's 3. I think there's 3 good.
I think we got an argument here. I'll throw my 2 out that I had, and you guys can go from there. I had Jonathan Allen because he plays for the Vikings now, and then I had Kenny Clark.
Damn. You know what's crazy? I had 2 different people than you. I had Harrison Phillips and Grady Jarrett. Obviously,
I forgot Grady Jarrett is there. Grady Jarrett old as He older than me.
He nasty though.
How old is Grady Jarrett, bro?
35. I don't know. I guessed he's up there.
He older than me.
Derek didn't have Jonathan
32.
Allen for the Vikings.
32.
Oh, he's my age.
So Jonathan Allen's technically DN, but is that weird? Like
they have three down linemen. They have three. It's the Steelers thing with Cam Hayward.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm cool with I had Harrison Phillips in there too. I'm cool. I think those two could be the D tackles as well. Harrison Phillips and Jonathan Allen. But that's like two Vikings.
Let's look at our totals here.
Javon Hargraves technically, doesn't he play inside as well? Like an interior D line? And he's on the Vikings now too.
No.
Rashawn Gary, I believe, also plays inside.
He'll do a little more, I think, off the edge than play inside, but I think he's one of those utility guys to where he will play inside as well. Because he's a big dude as well. That dude's a big mofo.
Oh, yeah, he's big.
I think D tackle's pretty close, but then, like we said, I think a lot of these coming up are going to be close, but I think maybe one or two linebacker spots, I think we know for sure. Maybe the corners, I think, are pretty damn sure on those. But then we're going to have to make our way back.
Right. So DN spots, we got two, right? Hutch is one. I like Montez Sweat as two.
He went through my mind. Him and Rashawn Gary.
I'm taking Montez Sweat over Rashawn Gary personally. Call me fried.
But I think it's to that point where it's close. I think we should move on and see if we prefer other players at other positions more than
We don't have any positions left.
I'm just saying. We got a lot of linebackers and corners and safeties.
Yeah, that we're never going to decide.
We might keep doing the same shit.
All right, well, let's just skip over middle linebacker, outside linebacker, and corner. Let's go to the safeties immediately.
Okay.
Because we're gonna get another Lion. That's why. Brian Branch is gonna be on there, right? Brian Branch and Xavier McKinney will be your two safeties.
Give me Brisker because we need Bears, brother.
Boo.
The only reason is because I would put Brisker there because we got one Bear right now. The difference between Branch and Brisker isn't that big, and the other gaps where the Bears have rostered probably pretty big compared to what the next person could be. I don't know. I would personally take Brisker, the player, over Brian Branch. That's just me. He's a dog. Brian Branch is also a dog. Both dirty.
I'm okay with taking Brisker. We're gonna need Bears.
Or what about Harrison Smith? Fuck it, since we're just throwing names out.
We might need a one.
My list was Xavier McKinney and Brian Branch. That's the two I had. But for the sake of numbers, I understand where Derek's coming from.
Because I agree.
Y'all got to stop building the list before the game.
Do you want to put Jalen? I'm cool with Jalen Johnson being one of the corners for sure.
100%. He's definitely one of the corners. But we got Jalen Johnson at corner.
Are you going Packers next?
I got Jair.
That's probably where I would go.
In the graphic for us, Jordan, because people were hating on us for the nickel corner. I labeled the corners on each team that played the nickel position. And I will say Murphy. Okay. All right. That's who I would have went.
Yep, I agree.
If we were doing positionless corners, I would have probably maybe taken
Brian got more awards than Jair last year. But Jair also didn't play as much. So
Jair missed like half the year.
Jair didn't play as much.
Let him know the pack is back, baby.
So pretty evenly spaced between all teams.
So we got 4 Lions,
3 Vikings, and then 2 Packers.
3 Vikings, 2 and 2. Okay, that's what I was missing 1. It was the third Viking.
Because going back to Jordan with his safeties, I think it's Brian Branch, Jaquan for strong safety, and then Xavier McKinney, Kirby Joseph for free safety. I think it's up to those guys. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was
thinking. I don't mind your Brisker one because, like I said, we're going to need to put Bears somewhere.
The only reason I said that, I'm looking at other positions to where you'd put Bears, and I don't know if I can make arguments for their other positions like I can this one.
You could put TJ Edwards at outside.
I think both of the Vikings players outperform that dude.
Yeah, but we're not going to put both of the Vikings as our outsides.
Okay, so middle linebacker, is Tremaine Edmonds getting any love at all or no?
I think Jack.
Realistically, you could do Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone and the linebacker, and nobody would be mad. But we can't do that because
we got 6 Lions right there. Damn.
So I think Jack Campbell. We got to make it 5 with Jack Campbell, right?
Okay.
5. That gives us 2 left.
That's why we skip some spots here, brother.
All right.
And then do we go Tremaine? Do we go Edgerrin Cooper?
I'm going Tremaine over Edgerrin Cooper.
Dude, Ivan Pace on the Vikings is nasty too. He is young, but he is nasty as shit. The Vikings had a really good defense too, so it's like hard to.
Yeah, weren't they like the best defense in the league at one point?
Yeah, they are the number 1 defense for a while. Yeah, because dude, you can argue 3 Vikings linebackers to make that list, and then you can argue 2 more outside linebackers for the Packers, and almost kind of the same for the Bears too. It's kind of insane the depth at every team when it comes to like them being that close.
This is a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, for outside backer, I'd be cool with even going TJ Edwards, Quay Walker, getting another Bear and another Packer in there. Just because those are the 2 teams that we have. I mean, I know the Vikings have 3, but
yeah, we only have 2
teams that we only have 2 for. The Bears and the Packers, we have 2.
So we want to put Quay Walker there for sure? Because Quay Walker's still nice.
Quay Walker and TJ Edwards. I actually don't mind that at all, Jordan. Your call, though. Internet, Jordan said that.
Listen, if we want to too, save it.
Internet, you said that, bitch.
Listen, we got kicker and punter too. The punter we can usually pawn off to whatever the worst the team is in the division for the most part.
But kicker is not built equal in that division.
I would, Packers?
Big Man probably the second best kicker, bro.
Yeah, because realistically we could go Jake Bates and Jack Fox, but we can't use any special teams for.
No, we can't use that. Yeah, we can't use those guys.
Are we cooked?
We can't use those guys.
Where are we?
Do we
outside linebacker? Outside linebacker too. Are we taking TJ Edwards, Jonathan Greenard, Andrew Van Ginkel?
I like Greenard or Van Ginkel.
Grenard. I like Grenard. Oh, Grenard and Van Ginkel.
I like either of those 2. Both absolutely went insane this year. I think Van Ginkel was an all-pro. Greenard just missed it.
Van Ginkel did just get a big... Let's put Van Ginkel in, bro. You got a payday.
You need that tough, gritty player on the team?
No, you just got a payday.
Are we going Grenard and Van Ginkel?
Quay and Van Ginkel? Okay, so that's another Viking. So that's 4 Vikings. I think we should go back to wide receiver 3 and at least throw DJ Moore in there just to get another bear off.
I agree. I don't think we have a choice. I think honestly we got to go commit. I think we got to go commit at tight end 2 as well.
Tight end 2 I don't mind because tight end 2 is not that important.
I think we got to go Hawkinson tight end 1, and then I think we have to go commit tight end 2.
Well, we only have 5 Lions right now, so we have room to play with 2 of them, and we're not taking kicker punter with the Lions. So we could still go Laporta, Hawkinson 1 and 2 at tight end and have another Lion still able to get picked.
But where are you going to put another Bear? We got a lot more Bears.
I think still got a lot of Bears.
Like, I have no question about it that Kmet is not as good as Laporta or Hawkinson, but I think tight end 2 is just not that important when it comes to, making that team.
Yeah, bro. Harrison Brown was technically an edge. Njoku.
Say that again, Jordan.
Montez Sweat technically like an edge, or is he an inside?
He's an edge. Yeah.
I thought so.
It was supposed to be Young and Sweaty over there with the Commanders, and they just didn't do anything.
Young and Sweaty. That is crazy.
These are the days.
Sounds like a Diddy party.
Yo. This is insane because I would rather have Gibbs over Laporta when it comes to Lions.
Yeah, I would too. That's another thing. That's why I'm like, bro, chat, we are cooked.
Yeah. You don't think?
I think the gap between Laporta and Hawkinson to Kmet is bigger than the gap between Gibbs to Jacobs or Jones.
I think the importance. I think the importance of running back is worth more though.
Because what Jacobs is I think Jacobs is RB2 no matter what. I think he's no matter what RB2.
Well,
but I think
Aaron
the
Jones,
gap,
and he's RB1.
But I think Gibbs is a lot better than Aaron Jones.
I'm saying if we don't take a Lions running back, Jacobs would be 1, Jones would be 2.
Right, but I think like having Gibbs at RB1 is significantly better than having Laporta at tight end 2 or tight end 1.
Let's just take Jacobs at running back 1 and DeAndre Swift at running back 2.
No.
DeAndre Swift.
Jordan Mason.
DeAndre Swift is not entering the chat today.
I hope not.
Poor Swifty.
I vote Gibbs.
You know him and Taylor are cousins?
No. I just don't think you're right.
Look it up.
Can I go off track here? Are we cool with at least just throwing Brisker at strong safety? I don't know if we agreed on that.
I want Branch or Harrison Smith.
We can't have Branch. We don't have enough spot for
We only have 5 Lions taken. And if we take Swift, there's our 7 Lions. We build around that.
We are not taking Swift.
Not Swift. Sorry, I was picturing him back on the Lions. Gibbs is what I meant.
Gibbs, okay.
Not Swift.
So if we do Gibbs, Branch, there's no more Lions.
And we would just build around them.
I like Gibbs for
finish the rest of the team.
I like Gibbs for sure. And then if you want that, you could have Gibbs Laporta or Gibbs Branch, I think. Unless you want to go somewhere the D tackle spot to throw another line. But those are probably the two best options: Gibbs, Branch, Gibbs, Laporta.
Yeah.
So it just depends. What would you rather have? That tight end 1 being Laporta, or that strong safety being Brian Branch?
I mean, is Harrison Smith and Jaquan Brisker really that much worse than Brian Branch?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think Brisker's on the same level for the most part. He just wasn't on a good team to show it, I guess. And then you're going to go
PFF grades?
And then you're going to listen. Then you're taking away another bear, and you're going to have three bears only. I think that's one of the spots where you just have to put Brisker because the gap isn't that big, and I don't think you can put really any bears left in a lot of spots. That's just me. I'm putting in a vote. I was just going to put in a vote just so we get stuff moving. We're not stalling for everyone watching. I put in Gibbs Laporta. That's my vote.
All right. Well, Branch is a 77 grade on PFF, and Brisker is a 65.
You hate PFF.
I'm just saying.
What's their Madden ratings?
It might be a better.
Hey, you better look up Laporta and Kmet, and then also Swift and Gibbs. You might as well look.
Gibbs is on the team, bro. He is RB1.
But I threw my vote in. That's my vote.
I'd like going Brisker here too, just
Jaquan
because.
Brisker's at 83. Brian Branch is at 89.
I'm not letting a Madden rating.
You guys asked, not
I didn't ask. That was that guy. I did not.
All right. Sorry.
Gibbs Laporta is my vote. Jordan, what do you think? Gibbs Laporta Brisker would be my thing.
Laporta and Kmet are way closer in Madden rating than Branch and Brisker.
So you think we should
85,
go Laporta?
Laporta's 85, Kmet's 82, Brian Branch is at 89, Brisker's at 83.
That's a
gap
crime.
is just
85
bigger in
and
safety.
82 is crazy. All right, Gibbs and
I
Branch.
can't believe we're using Madden rating as an argument.
That might be the most casual thing we've ever done.
But Gibbs Branch would be my pick anyway. I was already advocating for that.
Yeah, you sold me with the Madden ratings.
Dante's most casual thing he's ever done. Not mine. I already said that.
Chat, is Dante a casual?
Chet, does Dante look darker?
Gibbs Branch here.
Gibbs Branch.
Okay.
So where you fucked up is you should have wore white.
So now
No, that'll make
all
me look
black.
blacker.
Yeah, wearing all black makes you look lighter. You want to look darker because you just got back from vacation.
we got to fit 4 more bears in here somewhere now.
Dark
Tight ends. I think Kmet's going to have to be tight end too.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be committed.
Yeah, he's tight end too.
All right.
But then I think running back
Hawk?
to go Jacobs.
I'm cool with that because there's 3 Packers right now.
Exactly.
So we have 4 Packers,
tight end
4
1 would
Vikings,
be
and
Hawk.
4 Bears.
And then 1 would be Hawks, so we got 5 Vikings now.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm cool with coming back to right guard, but I don't mind Vikings Will Fries. Dope name.
Yeah,
He
that
was
is a
bag
dope
of
name.
fries.
Dude, imagine like being told put the fries in the bag and your last name is Fries.
Put the fries in the bag. All right, let's go Will Fries.
All right.
So we're up. We got 1 Viking left after that, right?
Unless we go Jonah Jackson to get another bear.
I'm not going to lie. I don't trust the Bears. But then we haven't picked a
It
lot
was-
of
We
bears.
got to
Bears
trust
life,
them
bro.
7 times.
Listen, we would trust him on defense, not on offensive line.
Yeah, I think that's a
Well,
good
their quarterback
I
was
think
the
that's a
most
good-
sacked.
I think that's a good thing.
Montez Sweat at DN2.
Did we not
So we
establish that already?
We got 4 Bears and 4 Packers. No, I didn't put that in there yet.
Okay,
So
put
we go with
Montez Sweat
5
as
Bears,
the
Montez
DN2.
Sweat going there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then realistically, we could just jump up and get 2 Packers here. We could go Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary inside because Rashawn Gary does play inside at times too.
I like Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary. I don't hate that.
That would jump us up to 6 Packers. So we would only need 1 more Packer, 1 more Viking, 2 more Bears.
I'd
Derek
rather.
didn't like that answer though, so I'll fuck myself.
I mean, we're a team. We're discussing. I like one of the
Or do we
Vikings
want
D
Mc-
tackles
any
in there.
more? Any?
I'm taking McKinney over any.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Yeah, put him in there and make Packers 5 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I would say we
McKinney's
could
there.
put Kenny Clark in, make it 6. So that'll be, then we have 1 more. If we want to put McManus for the kicker, there's our 7 Packers.
God, McManus. Didn't they have
Yeah.
Daniel Carlson's little brother?
Yeah.
he
they
was
just-
very good.
He did not play very
Dang.
well.
Yeah. Middle linebacker. Go with a Bear.
Man,
Go with Edmonds.
All right, Tremaine, welcome to the lineup, dog. So we got a Packer, Viking, and a Bear.
we have D tackle, kicker, punter.
So I'm cool with, I think, D tackle.
Kenny
You
Clark.
got,
Kenny Clark there, Torrey Taylor, punter, and
we already have Kenny Clark in there, right? We already put
Oh,
Kenny
shit,
Clark
yeah, we
in the
do.
D tackle. I'm cool with, the Bear could be Grady Jarrett, the Viking could be Jonathan Allen, Harrison Phillips, and the Packer could be, if you wanted to throw Rashawn Gary in there. So I think those are decently close. So I'm cool with
Yeah,
any of those
I like
guys
that.
eventually being in there.
Yeah.
So, okay, my opinion here. This is
I'd
what
go
I
best
would do,
kicker.
having these three positions left. I would go McManus for the Packers as kicker.
Yes, I like that.
I agree.
I would go Harrison Phillips at D tackle, and I would give Corey Taylor from the Bears the punter because he had more punt yards than Caleb Williams had passing yards for like 10 weeks.
I like that.
You going him over Grady Jarrett?
I like Harrison Phillips over Grady Jarrett.
Okay.
Better defense also. Kind of have
Okay.
to give him the edge, I guess. Edge him out right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, you know something about edging, huh?
Love it. Every night, baby. But looking
Edging
at
the
it,
sidewalk.
I think we did pretty good.
I think we did too.
We took a decent amount, but I don't think we definitely didn't take as long as we did on the AFC North, I don't think.
Let's run down the list here. So at quarterback, we got Jordan Love. Running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs. Wide receiver 1, Justin Jefferson. Wide receiver 2, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Wide receiver 3, DJ Moore. Tight end 1, TJ Hawkinson. Tight end 2, Cole Kmet. Left tackle, Christian Darrisaw. Left guard, Joe Thuney. Center, Frank Ragnow. Right guard, Will Fries. Right tackle, Penei Sewell. Just from offense, how are we feeling?
I like it.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
DN, Aiden Hutchinson. D tackle, Kenny Clark. D tackle, Harrison Phillips. Other DN, Montez Sweat. Our 2 outside linebackers are Quay Walker and Andrew Van Ginkel. 2 middle linebackers, Jack Campbell, Tremaine Edmonds. Our 3 corners would be Jalen Johnson, Jair Alexander, and Byron Murphy playing the nickel TikTok. 2 safeties, Brian Branch and Xavier McKinney. And then our kicker, Brandon McManus, punter, Torrey Taylor.
Shout out
I think
Brandon.
we really
back
fumbled
in
the
the
bag
league.
on kicker.
Why? Brandon McManus is the second best kicker in that division.
Yeah. Really
We
one of the
can't-
first.
We can't use a lion.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with
We
you,
can't put another lion. Like,
Yeah.
who are we removing from the
All right.
lions?
bro. All right. This is what we're going to
Dante,
do.
do you have your list? I was going to see who you had different in other places to where we collectively had the team.
I had Jonathan Allen in there.
Okay.
I had Grenard in there.
You had Anzalone instead of Jack Campbell, you psychopath.
He did.
I did.
That's the most fried thing that you have.
Bro, I'm going to be honest. Call me unfamiliar with Jack Campbell's game.
That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
I could tell.
I know Jordan doesn't like us doing our teams beforehand,
I have to.
but it does help me mentally prepare of knowing who should be where, or it'd take
guys,
us a lot longer.
Tell us what division we should do next. Is your favorite team's division on this list? I vote the NFC East.
Before you, NFC East, I like the NFC East. I was gonna say I had Laporta at my tight end spot as well, which we could have went there. We were pretty damn close to having him there. I had Grady Jarrett, Rashawn Gary, which I don't think we had, right? I had Ivan Pace playing my one middle linebacker, and I think that's all I had different. So
I heard we have to go NFC South next.
yeah, people
NFC
commented
South,
NFC East and NFC South. So 2 of those divisions were requested. And if you're one of the ones that requested one of those and we didn't do them today, I'm sorry. We did this one first.
Sorry for your luck.
Who has the best team so far? The AFC North Super Team or the NFC North Super Team? And let us know how you'd built the team in the comments. I'm curious on which way you would go compared to us. So
Facts.
like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, we're going to have to start getting this shit out quicker for you boys.
Sponsor us, Hot Tamales.
Terrible. Just kidding. They're great. Sponsor us. Peace out.